right, gentlemen, this is Vince Miller. Thank you so much for joining me for this devotional. Today we're in Daniel chapter 6. I'm going to read verses 14 through 16. At this point in the story, the politicians and officials have set a trap against Daniel. All they need to happen now is for the king to follow through on the orders or the laws that he has set in motion. But King Darius doesn't respond exactly like these Persian officials think he would. Here's what happens next. Then the king, when he heard these words, was much distressed and set his mind to deliver Daniel. And he labored till the sun went down to rescue him. Then these men came by agreement to the king and said to the king, "Know, O king, that it is a law of the Medes and the Persians that no injunction or ordinance that the king establishes can be changed." Then the king commanded, and Daniel was brought and cast into the den of lions. Then the king declared to Daniel, "May your God, whom you serve, continually deliver you." You know, what we discover in this elaborate drama is that Darius actually sympathizes with Daniel. I mean, King Darius really likes this guy. And because Daniel is, I think, one trustworthy guy who's very gifted, who is surrounded by a bunch of untrustworthy politicians. So we see that Darius is a little bit emotionally distressed about what he's done, and now he's trying to figure out every possible loophole in the system to get him out. Now, I don't know about you, but I've been in situations like this. Not exactly like it, but similar. I've been in situations where I made decisions that I've regretted, and then I get overwhelmed by them, and they result in me searching and searching for some loophole in the system to try to figure out a way out. And because the anxiety is overwhelming, I will labor over them from sun up to sundown. And then eventually I have to face the truth that I'm going to have to work through the imminent consequences. But do you remember how Darius got into this situation in the first place? He was actually persuaded by a proclamation that played to his ego. It was an injunction that everybody should actually just worship him. And this selfish decision ended up trapping him and his best man, Daniel. But not to worry, Darius is about to discover that there's an out. That Daniel's God is the God of the possible and impossible situations. He's a God who can find his way around any human dilemma incited by our selfishness and pride. So fellas, if today you find yourself in this moment, if you feel trapped by some selfish, arrogant, and proud decision you've made, can I encourage you to do what Darius did here? Lean into the consequences of your decisions. Stop anxiously looking for loopholes and then turn to the God who still saves men. He knows a way through and out of the decisions you've made that were born of pride. And he is still and always is your salvation. And for those of you who are presently victims of men who have made selfish and arrogant and proud decisions, I want you to do the same. Be faithful. Do what Daniel did here. Lean into the consequences of their sin, just like Jesus did for you. God will save you either way, either in this time or the next. He was and is and always will be your salvation. I love you guys. Be blessed today. Share this with someone you know. And with that, I'll see you right back here again tomorrow.